You reminisce on the years long since past while lovingly holding one another. While walking further on the trail, Renee asks where to have the wedding. You say, why not at the top? While pointing to the everlasting peak. Such love as pure as this is often only dreamt about through words, craft or song. Not ever has something so true existed, but the world is a balanced place, a wonderfully dreadful, beautiful, terrifying place. So this love, this forever after, would not go on the way it ought to have. The peak was never reached, only aspired until now. Chapter 4. And I'm guessing this is going to be her death. Yeah. Yep, it's going to be Renee. We're just seeing Renee, and we're walking along this path, and she's actually dead. I'm calling it right now. Right, oh god, why is it so dark? Oh. Where are we? Oh, okay, right. Let's follow this trail. The finality of existence is among the highest truths reaching back to the conception of creation. Nothing lasts forever, regardless of the implications granted by the numerous promises made in one's lifetime. Love brings loneliness, joy carries pain, life leads to death, everything ends. Yep, it's gonna be her death, isn't it? It really, really is. It's gonna have a very morbid ending. To dream of everlasting is futile. What is left behind will eventually be forgotten. There is no avoiding these words. The clock's hands continue to strike each hour without failure, its face unnerved, tirelessly turning the circumference of infinity. You really are playing with words, aren't you? Every stroke signals the edge of one universe and the genesis of another. Will the gears that turn? What will happen then to this world? Will it stop, or shall it find continuation without the need of its keeper? It will end. It will be sucked into the sun eventually. But life will eventually end on this planet because the surface temperature will get too hot for it to sustain life. Unless it's, I guess, one of those, like, those animals, that moon, no, not a moon, I'm going up there, aren't we? It's a really, really tiny animal, and it's, like, the most evolved or the most adapted animal on the planet. Yeah, it's like a water bear or something like that, I think. Yeah, it's something called like a water bear. You can probably like Google it or somewhere. Yeah, but right, let's continue on the journey. Alright. Come on. I want the story to end, and I want to find my wife dead at the end of it. Come on. At this peak, above all created by man and its superior, feelings of forfeiture force deeper than any wounded heart can bear. It is here where the troubled soul will at last find peace from the bombardment of huddled empathy. There is nothing that can be said to ease the pain of brokenness. Two rings join together to become eternity, and still this is not enough. Total transcendence requires more than a promise, metal, and a seal. More than love. One must relinquish themselves completely and give only to the other. But any lack of strength will cause the union to shatter, regardless of sickness or health. So, he's going to eventually die of heartbreak then? I guess? Meaning that the cycle will eventually end for him as well? Come on. Let's not dawdle now. Want to reach the end of the game. Maybe I was wrong to believe that there was nothing else waiting on the other side of the veil. Perhaps my sight became riddled with self-doubt and the fear of beginning again. I could never forget. To forget her would be a crime with no just punishment, not even after death. Surely there is nothing more foul to have forsaken an ideal so pure. The hallowed words of matrimony do mention the inevitability of separation, but regardless of my words of the past, my speaking during this journey, I never gave up hope. The hope to see her again someday, as I travelled this vacant Gaia. I searched to hear her voice. What's a Gaia? Seeking the answer to why did we not deserve the jubilations that we dreamed of during our path? I haven't suddenly become southern now, honestly. Oh, let's reach this peak and be done with it. Oh god, we're going into another trip. Oh, we're not gonna reach the end of this story, are we? We're not gonna reach the peak. I mean, the peak's up there, isn't it? Oh, we got to go all the way up there. I mean, where even is this? Is this like somewhere in America or in like Canada, maybe? I don't know. Seems like America. Maybe Alaska or somewhere. I mean, like, you don't really find like these alpine trees other than like Alaska or like North Canada. It kind of reminds me of a game called Kona. Oh god, there's a tree there. Yeah, that was a game set in Quebec, in Canada. Where are we going? Come on, we're going up there, aren't we? Right. Yeah, it reminds me of a game called Kona, which has a similar theme for loss and whatever. I won't tell you the story, but you can probably find gameplay of it online somewhere. It's a wow. No, it's a good game. I quite enjoyed it. But yeah, you'll find gameplay of it online somewhere. I mean, it's not difficult to find or look for. Right. Let's not dawdle any longer. I want to finish this game. Oh, we're not going to finish, are we? We're not going to get to the peak. You can already see the, blurs and tiredness. How long have we been out? We've been out like all day. It's now nearly like midnight or something, surely. Ugh. Oh god, it's making me tired. Sorry about this, guys. This is really, really tiring. So slow. Right. Oh wow. Oh my god, look how beautiful that is. Yeah, we're in Alaska, aren't we? Oh wow. Oh wow, you would not see anything like this. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, that is absolutely beautiful. Here we go back to the fireflies.
The
tiny orbs of light from the depths of the mountain join me once more, flickering a path towards the summit. To the Alpha and the Omega of all things. For what exists now fell from the sky as rain, and there I shall return by flickering flame of the night's messengers.
I shall return by the flickering flame of the night's messengers.
I am no longer alone. I have reached the end of our journey here together.
I have reached the end
only with her memory, though,
together.
Because she's probably dead. Oh, this game. Why is it so morbid? But honestly, this is beautiful. That is absolutely lovely. But wait,
what is at the top of
the mountain?
This
familiar form that has never been
forever etched
into my mind.
The roaring winds,
the rising torches make it evident. It is she, the one whom I have been seeking. The only reason I have left to continue onward. Where is she?
Has she been waiting here for me?
Oh, she's over there. Just about to see her. No, that is not the case. She has always been with me. There were no two steps for everyone taken on this journey.
There were 2 steps for everyone taken on
Renee,
this journey.
I have finally found you.
Renee, I have finally found you.
And back home, I guess? Or this is the memory? Right. Where are you? Where are you, Renee? Let's find you. At the top of the mountain, Renee stretches out her hand towards me, and my soul is brimming with our childhood innocence. I am in awe yet again. It's just like our first meeting all those many years ago. The feeling is not quite as it once was. Many years have passed and our hearts are not as soft as they once were, but there is something to be said about the completeness we now share. Through every smile and every tear, we are still looking at one another in the same way, with all the wonder, all the love, and all the promise that is created by young love. We have had oh so many years with one another, and it was impetuous of me to have taken them all for granted. Together we have lived with enough love to withstand the vastness of eternity. There is no longer a reason for despair. She has reminded me now of the promises we made so long ago. You told me you would take me to the top of this mountain, didn't you, Kai? React confidently. You remember the time when you remember the time when you were children, and you promised to take Rennie to the top of the mountain and describe it to Rennie in detail. Tragedy kept you from fulfilling this promise. Death. Life's decisions are what led to this being the first and only time you would both make this journey to the summit. While it is a sweet moment to have finally fulfilled that vow made all those years before, this should not have been the day at the parting of souls. I've been looking for you for so long, Renee. Why did you go? We were going to get married. What happened? Renee weeps. Kai, I'm not the one who has been gone. Please take my hand so you will remember. Oh, so we died? Oh God. We died in hospital. And here we are at the beginning of all things, and at the end of history's tomorrows. Medical imaging. Love always was and always will be the guiding light that brings you home. It's empty. No matter the distance, whether it be across the world throughout time or transcending existence, love will find a way. You will never be alone, my dearest Rennie. Why is it so quiet? Don't like it. Don't like this noise. I wish I could leave you with more solace than... Oh my God, one more. But... Oh my God. graphics! So we died in hospital. A life filled with joyous perfection. You know this for now and for always. I will always love you. Ah, how lovely. And now we're back at the start. Oh, please don't make me go through all this again. These woods are an example of what can be accomplished without man's interference. This forest away from any town or communal society is some sort of... Yes, yes, yes. We're gonna have to restart this, aren't we? Oh no, this is the end. Oh. Excellent. Around about an hour's game time. So, yeah, that was... that was quite emotional. Oh. There was a narrator. Where was the narrator? Wow. Okay. Sound was broken. Oh well. Well, it was still a nice story either way. Graphics were a bit iffy here and there. Story was nice. It was definitely there. The language in it was a bit flouncy for my liking. It was very... the only way I can describe it was rather Shakespearean, even though it had nothing to do with like Shakespeare's writing. It was just the way he used language was rather... It was very poetic, and it was a rather poetic story, really. Return to title. Let's see. Can I return to title, please? Huh. So, thanks everyone. I've been Cornix. This has been Reaching for Petals, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.